Good morning. My name is Chris Copeland, and this is my beautiful wife, Joi. A little bit of my story. I grew up Catholic. I went to Catholic school. I was taught by nuns from Ireland, and I've been interested in Irish culture for as long as I can remember. But I left the Catholic Church shortly before my confirmation because I had some difficulties with some doctrine, and searched for a few years. And then my senior year in 1990, my stepbrother introduced me to a personal Jesus. And so at that point, I gave my life to the Lord.
I grew up with an alcoholic father and therefore longed for stability in my home. Well, I didn't receive it there, so I looked to Jesus in 1990, and that's where I accepted him as my Lord and Savior. Well, as we all know, Jesus offers a stability of our faith, but being a person who doesn't have a lot of adventure in her vocabulary, he provided that for me, not only through himself, but by introducing me to my husband.
So we met in 1997, fell in love, and were married in 1999. And by 2004, we had 3 kids under the age of 3. And they're here now today. Garrison is 12, Gage is 10, and Gavin is 9. And they have some unique ideas about how they're going to fit into our destination country. So if you have a chance, find them and ask them.
Chris was praying about his vocation, and the word missions kept coming to his mind, and he thought, Lord, do you know my wife? She is just not going to jump on board with that at all. And so he just kind of pushed that aside. Well, one day at church, we were watching a video on Africa Hope, which is an organization out here in Denver, and I thought, So as we were walking out of church that day, I said to Chris, do you think we missed our calling? Maybe we should have been missionaries.
And I said, let's go. So we talked to the missions pastor at our church, and she introduced us to a number of WorldVenture missionaries and staff members that happened to go to our church that Sunday. We never did make it to the service. And we were later on invited to a Mozambique retreat, and we were still kind of open to where God would want us to go. And as we were talking to people about our story, many of them said, have you considered Ireland? And so we prayed about it and decided that was where God was calling us.
Only 1 out of every 100 people are considered evangelical Christians in Ireland. And with a population of about 4 million or so, that's a very small number.
Even the Catholic Church in Ireland is in decline. Only 3 out of every 10 people who identify with Catholicism actually go to church on a regular basis.
There's a growing international presence in Ireland. Muslims, Hindus, and atheists are the three religions that are on the rise.
Ireland is known to have a strong Christian history, but that history is quickly diminishing.
When you think of Ireland, you might think of its beauty, its rolling hills, the greenness of it all, but there is one vital thing that it's missing, and that's a living and active faith in Jesus.
God has called us to Ireland to help restore a living faith through befriending our neighbors, leading them to Christ, discipling them, and planting churches. And so we appreciate your prayers and your encouragement and your support as we go to help restore a living and active faith in Ireland. Thank you.